Welcome to my overview of Windwalker Monks in patch 6.2. In this video, we'll be going over the changes that were made to Windwalker Monks, stat priorities, and the things you will need to look out for as a Windwalker Monk as you head into this new patch. The first thing we'll be going over is gearing. In 6.2, Blizzard added a new set of honor gear that has a higher item level than your current conquest gear from last season, so you're going to want to start off by getting geared up. At the moment, one of the fastest ways to gear up is by running Ashran. Something to note is that you're no longer able to buy versatility gear, and instead the only way to obtain versatility gear is by running 2 weekly quests that are handed out that require you to run a specific number of RBGs or do a specific amount of objectives in Ashran to obtain a box that holds a random piece of versatility gear. You are only able to acquire 2 of these boxes a week, so gearing with versatility off pieces could take a while depending on how lucky you are. Since we just went over the gear pieces, let's briefly go over the stat priority and enchants you'll need to focus on in 6.2. Our most primary stat is still going to be versatility, mainly because it increases our damage and healing, but also increases our defense, and that is needed as a Windwalker Monk even more than in patch 6.1, because the damage is ramped up with most classes in 6.2. That being said, get the off pieces by running your 2 weeklies for a chance to get your versatility gear when you can, and then you're going to want to enchant your neck, rings, and cloak with versatility. The next primary stat pairs well with a recent buff we received in 6.2, and that is to our multi-strike. Even though multi-strike got nerfed in PvP, it still is very strong for Windwalker Monks, seeing as we get a huge buff to it in 6.2, and on top of that, we also receive a passive that gives us a 5% multi-strike bonus to all the multi-strike we have. That being said, I would enchant your weapon with multi-strike. However, if you feel like you're having trouble managing your energy, or you just want to go crit, you can enchant the weapon as you see fit. As for the next stat priority, it is really more on the player. I personally like prioritizing haste over crit, seeing as Windwalker Monks get a lot of crit thanks to our buffs and agility. However, I know that a lot of players prefer crit over haste, so it is your call on that to choose whichever stat you feel most comfortable with. So, to do a little recall on what we just talked about, the stat priority is pretty much going to be versatility, multi-strike, and depending on the player, either haste next and then crit, or crit and then haste. So it really depends on you and the last stat priorities. So test them both out, see what you're most comfortable with. Moving on, we have the last topic I want to discuss, and that is the 5% damage nerf that was given to Windwalkers in the update from 6.1 to 6.2. I want you all to know that the 5% nerf is pretty much null and void when it comes to Windwalker Monks in the change to the new season. We are even doing more damage and healing percentage-wise than we were in 6.1. Remember that Windwalker Monks scale very well with gear, so there's really nothing you need to worry about. However, I would say that we are very squishy, so be on the lookout for other classes, seeing as mostly all classes got a huge buff in their damage output, so be sure to time your cooldowns accordingly. And that pretty much covers the 6.2 changes to Windwalkers. I hope this video helped out, and if you found this little guide helpful, be sure to drop it a like and share it around to anyone that you think it might help. If you want to help the channel grow, be sure to subscribe. But other than that, I'll probably be working on a burst guide as well as a few talent guides next, and I'm going to be coming out with a few class guides in 6.2, so look out for that. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys, and have a wonderful day.